$100 a day using the supply and demand forex trading strategy. Alright, before I get into this strategy, please let me know down below what risk management you use on your personal account or of course on a prop firm account if you trade for a prop firm. Let me know down below. I am very curious to see and I'll make sure to check every single comment out. Alright, so now let's get right into this strategy. On the M15, I'm gonna show you some examples on US 100 or NASDAQ, however you want to call it. And all I want to say is that you can use this strategy on whatever time frame you want, but you should do your own diligence and go ahead and backtest it because I'm not a financial advisor and it's not good to take any strategy in general for granted. After you watch the video, if you like this strategy, go ahead on TradingView, use the bar replay and backtest this strategy. All right, now let's get right into it. I will keep it super simple so that everyone can understand. What we need first is to check the trend on the 1 hour time frame because we have the M15 as our main time frame. If let's say you want to have the 1 hour time frame as your main time frame where you look for entries, then I would say to check the trend on the 4 hour. Okay, so for this past, I would say two weeks, we were in a downtrend. Okay, it's very clear to see that we are breaking lows. When we are breaking lows, we are in a clear downtrend. If you want, you can also enable the 200 EMA, but I mean, it's pretty clear to see that whenever we are breaking lows and heading lower, we are in a downtrend. And when we do the opposite, breaking highs and heading higher, we are in a uptrend. So once we know that on the 1 hour time frame, we are in a downtrend, on the M15, what we want to do is look only for supplies. Basically, looking only for supply levels, that means that we look only for sells. What is a supply level? Let me actually explain you real quick what a supply level is. For me, the supply level is the last up candle before price went aggressive to the downside and broke structure. That for me is a valid supply level, okay, which would be around here. So I have to see the last up candle and then I have to see a significant break of structure to the downside. Okay, once we broke structure, then I have my supply level and I will look to enter a short position once price comes back to test the supply and then head lower. All right, the opposite, when I look for buys, I look for a demand level. Okay, so I look for the last down candle before the aggressive up push that also broke the previous high. Okay, I have to see the previous high being broken. Okay, so I have a BOS right here, break of structure, and my demand level is this one right here. And again, I would expect price to come back and react to it, and that's when I will look for a buy. All right, so it's super simple to understand. Now, step one, we need to check the trend. Step two, we follow supply and demand levels on the M15 for this video example. Okay, now let's actually use the bar replay on the recent market structure and see if I can find some examples. And actually, I just found one right here, and it was from Thursday, which was 2 days ago. So that's not bad. Also, for the people that do not have time to trade Forex every single day or still struggle being profitable while trading Forex, but still want to get setups like this, I highly recommend you check out my free signal group on Telegram. The link is down below. This setup was literally sent today. It was a buy limit pending order. All we do is send pending orders because like this, every single one of you will be able to make profits from the signals. And this one was sent in the VIP. Of course, if you want to upgrade to the VIP, where we do VIP live weekly coaching sessions every single week, you can do that from the free signal group. Okay, enjoy and thank me later. Check this out. So on the M15, it looks like we are heading up. It looks like we are on a uptrend because we are starting to break highs. But again, if we check the 1 hour, we can see that we are only on a pullback. Okay, and price could reject and go lower anytime because we know that the higher time frame trend always beats the lower time frame trend. All right, so knowing this, we won't get trapped here on the M15. We won't get trapped. We won't look for a buy level right here. Okay, this could be a demand level. Okay, it's looking good, but I won't look for it. Why? Because my bias is short. I would look only for sells. And let's see what happens next. So check this out. If you would have looked for a buy here on this demand, check this out. You would have got stopped out. All right. Now the market is starting to move in the same direction as the 1 hour, which is our higher time frame for this example. And we have a break of structure as well. We have a break of structure right here, clear as day, very aggressive as well, which I do like. As I said, I do like seeing aggressive breaks of structure, sorry. And after that, I will basically place my supply level on the last candle, the last bull candle before the bearish momentum kicked in the market. So it would either be this candle or this candle right here, but I would probably choose this candle. So now you have two options, in my opinion. You can either place a sell limit, sorry, not a buy limit. You can either place a sell limit right on this zone, on the supply zone, and you can target previous lows, because you know that from structure, you know that once a supply gets mitigated, you will most likely aim for the most recent low to get broken. Okay, because we know that price should head to the downside. Should, of course, it's not a must. Price could reject and then retrace, hit the stop loss, and go for a trend reversal. That can also happen. All right, so you can either go for a sell limit, or you can just wait for a candlestick confirmation, which is pretty much a candlestick pattern. Okay, so in this scenario, this would be a pretty good candlestick pattern for me, because it shows exhaustion, because it has wicks to the upside as well as to the downside. And I would place my stop loss above the structure, the same stop loss as the sell limit trade. And again, I would target the previous low, which would be around here, for a very nice 9-hour trade, because we got the candlestick pattern on the top of the zone in this case. And check what happened next. I would also consider moving stop loss at break even after 1-to-1 risk to reward is met. And now the trade would run risk free. And let's see what happens. All right. Boom. Take profit was smashed. Okay. Oh, sorry. Take profit was smashed. So either way, this would have been a win. Either, no matter if you enter with a sell limit or with a market execution after waiting a candlestick pattern confirmation. Right? Now, of course, there's pros and cons. For sell limits, the pro is that you don't have to spend a lot of time in front of the chart. You just place it and then that's it. And sometimes you might also get a better entry, because sometimes the market might literally like to spike your supply level and then head down very aggressively. And that means you'll get a better risk to reward by using a sell limit. But of course, the con will be that you will get stopped out more than once. More times, sorry, not more than once. You'll get stopped out more than using a candlestick confirmation, because if, let's say, price decides to go very aggressively through this zone and you enter via a candlestick confirmation, you actually would have saved a loss, because you wouldn't have entered because you didn't saw any candlestick patterns. Okay, so there's pros and cons for both. Usually, entering with a candlestick confirmation in your direction will give you a overall better win rate, right? So if you're looking for a better win rate, then I would say to look for a confirmation. But if you look for a possible better risk to reward ratio, then you should consider using limit orders. All right, so let's scroll to see if I can find a buy example as well, even though the recent price action was bearish, right? Because here, as you can see, we were bearish because we knew from the H1 time frame that we are bearish. But here, I do think we have an example. Let me use the bar replay. Check this out. So right here, we can say that we are in a uptrend. Let me check the 1 hour to confirm. I mean, I wouldn't be so sure. I would still be bearish just by watching this price action right here. I would still be bearish. This would more likely be a retracement, but let's say, just for me to show you a buy example as well, let's say that we would be bullish here. Okay, so here we have a very valid demand level, Why? Because we broke structure aggressively to the upside. We have a BOS right here. And we also have a demand level right here. I wouldn't take this whole wick as my demand. I would just take it from the body to the wicks in this scenario, because this wick is just too huge for me to take into consideration. And now what I would do is I would look to enter a buy on this zone. So again, we could either enter with a buy limit and aim for this previous high, which would give me a close to 3R risk to reward ratio. So let's see. Okay, check this out. This is the scenario I was talking about. So in this case, it would have been a lot better to use a buy limit, okay? Because you can see that price literally tapped in the demand level and went up into profit, all right? So in this case, it would have been a lot better for you to use a buy limit order, because you didn't really got a candlestick confirmation at all. Like the take profit was hit and you got no candlestick confirmation. So in this scenario, you would have won this trade only if you would have used a buy limit. If you would have waited for a candlestick confirmation, you wouldn't have entered at all, okay? Because there's no point for you to enter here, and even if there was, there's no candlestick confirmation, okay? So yeah, this is pretty much it for this strategy video. I really hope everything was super clear. If it wasn't, please let me know down below if there's any questions. And again, make sure you're subscribed to not miss out on future content like this. And as always, I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.